Hi everybody, welcome back. My name's Greta and I'm a teacher with ArtSphere. Today we are going to be talking about symmetry and we are going to be creating a symmetrical radial design. Now, a good way to think about symmetry is when you look at something, the parts that make up whatever you're looking at are the same, they are even. So when you look at a butterfly, if you would draw a line down the butterfly's center, you would see that both sides are the same. They have the same markings, they're the same proportions, and they have the same colors. That is what symmetry is. Asymmetry is when you look at something and it's not the same on both sides. So for example, many people's faces are asymmetrical. For instance, if you were to draw a line down my face, you might notice some differences on both sides. Like I have a little freckle right there, or maybe some people have one different colored eye than the other. So those are two different ways to kind of start thinking about asymmetry and symmetry. So today we are going to practice symmetry by creating a radial design. And for this project, we're going to need a piece of construction paper. We're going to need some different colored markers, and we are going to need 3 different sized bowls. And the bowls are going to be for creating circles. So if you are really good at making even circles, maybe you don't need the bowls, but I'm not. So this is just kind of like a handy tip for doing that. So the first thing I'm going to do is take my biggest bowl and I'm going to just trace the edges and make a circle right in the middle of my paper. So I have my first circle. And then I'm just going to now repeat that step with my second biggest bowl. And I'm just going to try to place that as evenly in the center as possible. It's okay if it's a little bit off center. We're going to be focusing more on the pattern rather than like the placement of the circles. So I have my second circle. And now I'm going to take my smallest bowl and I'm going to place that directly in the center of my 2 circles, and I'm just going to trace it. Okay, so I have my 3 circles, and you can hold your paper whichever way you'd like. And now what I am going to do is I'm going to break my circle shape up. And I'm going to do this by drawing lines in it. So the first thing I'm going to do is just draw a line directly down the center of my paper. So now I have my line going down the center of my circle, and I'm going to just flip the paper and draw another line going down the center this way. So I have like an X dividing my paper into 4s. Now I am going to draw an X going this way. So once we have all of our lines and our circles, we can move on to decorating our design. And what we have to keep in mind for this is that whatever we do on one side, we have to do on the other side. And you can, think of anything for this. It's really just whatever kind of shapes appear in your head. So for my first circle that is divided, in each piece I put these kind of like heart shapes, and it made this floral pattern. So I can either decide to continue working on that little circle, or I can decide to move to the next circle. I think I'm going to add a little bit more to the first. So I just added some little circles, and I just remembered that whatever I would put in one box, I had to put in all the boxes to keep it symmetrical. So now I'm going to move on to my next circle, or my green circle. And for this, I think I'm going to do some wavy lines. So I just created this little wave pattern, and I just continued the pattern throughout the whole circle and all of the pieces that made up that circle. And now I'm just going to continue doing this with my third circle and just go back and add any more details I want to the rest of my pattern. Okay, so I'm all finished with my pattern, and as you can see, it is completely symmetrical. Um, and yeah, that is pretty much it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and it was a fun way for you guys to learn about symmetry and kind of practice it. I hope you have a fabulous rest of your week, and until next time.